When you think of names like Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Tasha Banks slash Mercedes Monet, Bailey, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Tiffany Hill, even Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, Chelsea Green, Lyra Valkyria, Roxanne Perez, um, Raquel Rodriguez, Piper Niven, all the other Stephanie Valkyria, Julia, all the other different women, all young with Naomi, with Nikki Bellatrix, are like all women from the past, present, and the future of WWE Women's Division. All of them are in a good place. All of them are doing great. They all some of them young, some of them in their middle, some of them are older. And then you look at NXT and you see rising stars like Tatum Paxley, Kiana Pevere, Kiana Jordan, JCJ, all of them, and they doing good, along with newer folks coming like Lash Legend. You see all the younger talent and older and newer talent, all are rising stars, doing great, doing all that in between. And then you stop over and you look at the men's division and you wonder what's going on. Like all the top champions, all in their 40s. The last couple of champions we had were all in their late 30s, like very late 30s, and still in their early 40s. Their mid card is doing great now, but year prior it was struggling. They tag team barely see a light of day. Like they like you barely get any fuse, stuff like that in storyline, and you wonder like what's going on. Because you look over the women's division, they're not doing great with their mid card either, but they mid card be having storylines while the man mid card right now do not. And you look over there at the women and like they having tag team they show every week, while the tag team for the men, you don't even see them no more for real. And you wonder, their top women and their champions are all different ages from different eras and range, while their top men, all the same age. They all around the same age. Nobody young, nobody you, nobody in their early 30s, nobody in their late 20s, nobody in their early 20s, nobody in their even very like 35 or 36. They all of the older class, like in their 40 or they 39 or 38. And you wonder, why is it so hard for WWE to make younger male stars? Because I know I'm not the only one who had that question. Why are they struggling so hard to make younger male stars while on the women's side, it's very much easier to make a young star? Like you can make a star in the women's division in a couple months, like your Rhea Ripley, your Io Sky, like all of them. It's so easy for them to make them. But for the men, they having the hardest time, and I want to know why. And it can come from a lot of factors, from poor booking to shady booking, who was over the company at the time, and you wonder like, dang, that's crazy. Because if we really being truthful, the last time Vince made a rising star or a young star that was doing good was Steph Rollins and Roman Reigns all the way back around 2014 and 15. And Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Because everybody else, he wasn't making no rising star in 2018. I'll let you count AJ Styles. AJ freaking Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura rising stars out the blue when they was already bigger names outside of WWE. 2019, again, you had the rise of Becky Lynch, but in 2019, you had Steph Rollins rise again. Steph Rollins was already a name that people already know, but y'all made him rise again instead of building somebody else. 2020, you had a rising star Drew McIntyre, somebody in their 30s, somebody fresh for the new main event scene, only for him to lose it later on to Randy Orton. Then won it back, then lost to somebody older again in the name of Bobby Lashley, and he didn't have the title reign ever since then. And then you gave a chance to Matt Riddle to be a rising star, but he messed it up during his own shenanigans. So Matt Riddle, the one we can excuse because he messed that up for himself. But ever since Matt Riddle, it's just like no one else I've been seeing have been a rising star. Maybe like the only rising star I can truly think of at this moment is Dominic Mysterio and now Braun Breaker. But it took men to become Braun Breaker because the Braun Breaker won the IC title. We all remember that, right? After he won that title, he just went MIA. Then showed up again to fight Jey Uso, then went MIA again. Then showed up during WrestleMania season, lost the title, joined Steph Rollins, and now he what it is. I would say this about the Division. The Division was a mess, and them teaming up was not a mess, and why all the folks Steph would be would team up with, but then you remember what company this is. I mean, this company will force on could they coexist storylines. Saying all that, there's so much potential for so many other stars. Like, Theory, a lot of folks are getting over with him, but he's not even here. He's injured. He getting popular online while he's not there. But they didn't get that man a time of day. And when Vince tried to push him, nobody wanted him because that stupid selfie gimmick Vince gave him. Even though, why did Vince get him that stupid selfie gimmick? Why did he think that was gonna be a good idea and he don't get over with the selfies? Like, and I seen Vince and Triple H do wonders. Even though the woman booking have been shitty too. Don't get it twisted. The women's side of booking have been shitty. And the way they fuse and stuff, the way they be doing them have been very shitty. But hell, one of the best pay-per-views this year for WWE was Evolution. A show that didn't have no fucking storyline. So like, Evolution is a top 5 pay-per-view this year. Hell, it's in my top 3. And for a lot of the people, it also in the top 3 for them this year. Evolution, the show that had no storyline to it, very rushed, very last minute, very thrown together, with your top 3 pay-per-view this year. That says a lot where the company is right now. Don't get me wrong. Like, that says a lot. Like, this pay-per-view barely got a time of day, barely got anything, and they barely didn't have the other shit we seen this whole year, and that's crazy as hell. Now, I see a lot of stuff in Obafemi, Javon Evans, and so many other NXT male superstar. But look, the track record of NXT superstar comes to the main roster. Like, the record is not good. Like, the only record I can really think of who doing good right now is, again, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker are the only male NXT superstar who is doing good on the main roster. And third is Dragunov, but Dragunov came back. But when a lot of people say, like, oh, I don't see the hype between Dragunov, I don't see the hype between this wrestler and that wrestler, and talking about, I don't see nothing, they didn't get away, they are jobbers, and this, that, and the third. I'm talking about, are you kidding me? That's Dragunov. How you know about Dragunov or Johnny Gargano? Until they tell me they did not watch NXT. And then it hit to me like, okay, I understand now. And I get where they come from. And actually, I do agree with them. Don't get me wrong. I love Johnny Wrestling. Love my boy Dragunov. But Dragunov just came back and had an amazing match. He didn't cut no promo yet. He didn't had a good few yet to people to really get behind him. So I understand, like, he had all that back in NXT, along with Johnny Wrestling, along with no one survived Tommaso Ciampa, and all this stuff. Even Braun Breaker and Bruce Reed had better stuff in NXT. It's so many men who on the main roster right now have so much better shit going on in NXT that you thought they would be the future of WWE. And when you look at them on the main roster now, you wonder what happened to they aura. Why did not feature no more? Like, we know they can go in the ring. Why they not in more promos? Like, they're good at promos. Why they not using them to their fullest potential? And I do not have a good... I don't think WWE themselves don't have a good reason why they're not using them to their true potential. Hell, I don't got a good reason. It's no good reason not using having these superstars y'all got. Like, honestly, rising... Like, it's so many people who could have been a rising star, but they end up just wasting away. Like, LA Knight could have been easily a rising star, but now my boy is pushing 40, so... No, he's not even pushing 40. He is 40. He pushing 41. Damian Priest... Honestly, he joined the game too late. Honestly, Damian Priest was a rising star, but the way they kind of fucked him over after that world title run didn't help him whatsoever. Again, Dominic is doing good for himself. The Breakers, let me just say that. The Breakers, the Brawns, the Breakers, whatever. They all doing good. Them two doing good now. But outside of them three, who else on the men's side of the main roster they're doing good, who's like a rising star, like, oh yeah, they better be the face of all of this? It really ain't nobody. Cody ain't a rising star. Cody rose up, WWE remade his name, became popular. It took them, what, how many years for Roman? Roman debuted on the main roster in 2014. People hated his big dog gimmick. I personally love the big dog gimmick. I became a fan of Roman because of the big dog, but when the moment he changed to Tribal Chief, I stopped being a fan with him. But anyway, it took him between 2014 to 2020 to finally get Roman Reigns right. Seth Rollins, he did good, but my boy get injured so much that WWE really don't give him a chance to really run with the ball for real. Randy Orton, he really had his time to shine back in the day, but now he just right here just being a veteran and a GOAT. Like, all these names that are coming out are not rising stars. They already pre-established stars. Like, in the same thing Vince was doing when he was around and Triple H around, they using pre-established superstars instead of building up somebody new. Like, yes, you know, Drew McIntyre was a rising star. Drew McIntyre already seen on TV doing good stuff like with Dolph Ziggler, and he was there back in the day. He left, rebuilt the name, and was in dominant NXT. Like, NXT, Drew McIntyre was so good, and he came on the main roster. That he kind of was in the background a little bit, then won the Royal Rumble, and instead started doing good stuff ever since. But again, Drew McIntyre was already a pre-established star. He just needed a push. There's literally no rising stars on the main roster. Somebody you could like, yeah, they better face on company. And every man in NXT, you got thing like, oh yeah, they better be a face. You get scared for them because look how they did everybody else. Look how they did Swerve get Skipping. Look how they did Swerve. Look how they did to Shinsuke. Look what they did to Finn. Look what they did to every other wrestler. Look how they did to Johnny, Tommaso. You can't tell me Johnny could have been an amazing upper mid caller to a point where Johnny wrestling was on some Daniel Bryan gets movies type of shit. Like, if you do not watch NXT and you did not watch NXT Black and Gold, I advise you please go rewatch NXT Black and Gold because it's so many good wrestlers, so many great storyline feuds and stuff. Like, honestly, you could ask somebody who watched back then. NXT Black and Gold was the best thing WWE did around 2018 to 2020. It was the best thing on TV. You could ask people who watched back then, including myself. It was the best thing on TV. Like, honestly, the only reason WWE stayed afloat for so long was for NXT and their amazing feuds and match cards. And the rise of Becky Lynch. That's really being for real. But, back on topic, like, really sit down and really, really think, who is the rising star that Vince and Triple H did? Like, right now, like, Vince gave he gave Drew a push. He was already established. He just gave him a push. And Matt Riddle, he would give Matt Riddle one, but Matt Riddle fucked himself over. So I can't even be mad at the old man about that shit. And Dominic Mysterio, by the time he got pushed, Vince already left. And now he over. So I give Dom to Triple H. And Bronson Reed was already doing good, and then the Steiner name alone kind of helped him out a little bit. So that's like 2 for Triple H. And Bronson Reed was doing good at NXT, then let go, then rehired, and now doing good now. That's like 3 people for Triple H, and like 1 or 2 for Vince. That's honestly low-key pitiful for both of them. That's pitiful for both of them. Like, it was a time where it was so many future stars. You're like, oh my God, you know they're going to be the next big thing. Like, we all know Oba and Javon going to be the next big thing, but the way they're going to book them is, like, scary. Because look at all the old pre-NXT roster we thought going to be the next big thing. We thought Johnny going to be the next big thing. We thought Tommaso going to be the next big thing. Hell, we thought Keith Lee was going to be the next big thing. We all thought Shinsuke was going to be the next big thing. We thought Finn Balor was going to be the next big thing. We thought Adam Cole was going to be the next big thing. Look at what they are now. And I really want to know, like, I honestly do not have an answer. Why did the main roster struggle to create new male stars, but not for the women? Like, for the women, it's so easy and it's kind of crazy. Like, Rhea Ripley, and Al Cole, and all them folk came up in the same height at NXT. But Rhea Ripley, the moment she got on Raw, she got a title shot with Asuka, while Keith Lee was in the random storyline with Randy Orton. And then they changed her name to I hate they did that to Keith Lee. Bearcat Lee? Really, bitch? Bearcat? Why? You brought somebody who came in with so much hype after Survivor Series. Like, Keith Lee had an amazing match with Roman Reigns at that Survivor Series that people wanted him to win. He got over. He was doing great. He won both NXT and North American champion. He was doing great. People loved him. He came on main roster. He pinned Randy Orton, doing great. Only for y'all to come back in and change the name to Bearcat Lee. It's crazy. And don't get me wrong, Rhea Ripley was doing good. She won the Raw title. Then she came to tag title, got lost on the main roster really quick, then turned heel, and then found her way back. It took Rhea Ripley a minute, but she got there. While you look at other folks, unlike Rhea Ripley, they didn't get there. They still very much lost, or they were lost and let go. And I just want to know, why is it a struggle for WWE to make new male stars? Do y'all know? Answer me in your comments, but let me know what y'all think about this, because it's getting weird. It's getting very, very weird. Let me know. Okay, bye, because I'm sleepy. Also, in the comments, answer this question for me. Why is it so hard to keep the same momentum you have in NXT up to the main roster. Because I've seen the women do it, but for the men, it's like a disconnect. It should be the same the same way.